The root of all problems is economic problems. Hello everyone, this is Cynthia, who views the world through the lens of economics. And today we continue to understand our real-world phenomena through economic principles. The Chinese government's rural revitalization strategy is a profound component of the nation's border policy to create a more balanced and comprehensive national development landscape.
Is China's foundation based on rural or urban areas? With the rural population decreasing, is there still a need to revitalize the countryside? Where do the new opportunities lie in China's agricultural development? In this edition, we will discuss the new development opportunities in Chinese agriculture, focusing on the revitalization of rural areas. On one hand, the number of villages in China is indeed rapidly decreasing. According to statistics from China's urban and rural construction, over the 20-year period from 2000 to 2020, China lost 1.1745 million villages, averaging a reduction of 160 villages per day. The disappearing villages in China have become a prominent topic in the media. On the other hand, in terms of GDP contribution, in 2021, the first industry, agriculture, in China only accounted for 7.3% of GDP, while the second and third industries, industry and services, accounted for 39.4% and 53.3%, respectively. The proportion of output value from agriculture, forestry, and fisheries has continuously decreased, with industry and services creating a significant portion of the national economic output. First of all, based on China's population size, it is absolutely impossible to achieve 100% urbanization. Only countries like Singapore, which largely depend on food imports, could potentially achieve complete urbanization. Even in countries like the United States, where large-scale mechanized farming is prevalent, the urbanization rate has remained at around 80%. With China's vast population and limited arable land, a significant amount of land cannot be cultivated. Even if the urbanization rate reaches 70%, there would still be over 400 million rural residents. The idea of having all rural residents move to cities is simply an unrealistic fantasy because, although agriculture may contribute a smaller portion to GDP, it is the foundation and essence of other industries. Why do so many young Chinese people still stay in cities? The fundamental reason is that the countryside is hard to live in due to a lack of industries, lack of employment opportunities, and poor environment. No young person can bear to stay in the countryside. Therefore, simply expanding cities is not an effective remedy for the big city disease. A countryside that can provide a comfortable living and working environment is the fundamental solution to resolve the issues of large cities and to accommodate hundreds of millions of people. This is also the goal of the National Rural Revitalization Strategy. The countryside is not naturally synonymous with poverty and backwardness. Well-developed rural areas can even stimulate new economic industries and attract populations to flow back from cities to the countryside. For example, the phenomenon of women left behind in Chinese rural areas is common. In China's Hejia Salt Village, many women belong to the Tujia or Miao ethnic groups and possess traditional embroidery skills that have been hidden in the mountains for a long time. Consequently, the village initiated embroidery skill training programs and set up embroidery workshops to encourage these women to become embroiderers. With the support of Tencent's resources, they can live stream the embroidery process, interact with netizens in real time, and open up e-commerce channels for sales. They can also provide physical visits for tourists. This model combining workshops, embroiderers, and live streaming each month, this can add thousands of yuan to the income of each embroiderer and has turned embroidery into a local folk attraction, adding a cultural dimension to Hejiayan village. The changes in Hejiayan village have encouraged people who used to work outside to return to their hometowns. Now, even university graduates are willing to stay at home and help connect the village's unique economy with the external market, integrating the village's resources into the market economy. These young people, born in the countryside and educated or employed in cities, are becoming a vital force in the reciprocation from cities to the revitalization of China's rural areas. During the many years of reform and opening up, rural China has consistently played the role of providing resources and labor to cities without receiving significant development itself. However, this doesn't mean that rural areas are inherently barren. In Europe and America, many city families prefer to live in the spacious and natural countryside. Properly developed, rural areas can be more livable than cities. For example, in Zhejiang province, a pilot demonstration area for common prosperity, many rural living conditions have become comparable to those in cities, and in some cases, even better than those in some 4th and 5th tier cities. The transformation of Hejia Salt Village fully illustrates how beautiful rural areas can be. Only through rural revitalization can China find new growth points for the rural economy. This process requires not only government policy support, but also the synergistic efforts of efficient think tanks and corporate resources. By funneling capital, talent, and market mechanisms into rural areas, creating opportunities for people to come, goods to be sold, and money to be made, we can revitalize the unique resources of the countryside. This full activation of rural vitality allows the Chinese countryside to become an integral part of the market economy rather than slowly fading away in secluded obsolescence.
Okay, this concludes all the contents of this topic. Thank you for listening. This is Cynthia. If you have any insights about our topic today or economic phenomena you would like to discuss together, please feel free to leave comments or contact us directly. Our team are looking forward to learning from you. See you next time.